That'd be cool. Tony, it's a pleasure meeting you.
Great pleasure to meet you, Mike. Thanks for having me.
It's been 5 years and 1 day since the initial press conference of Double or Nothing, the first event in AEW's history.
Yep.
It's a 5-year anniversary. How do you feel after all the? Has it flown by?
Absolutely, it has. I guess we're officially off and running, it has flown by. It's been 5 years, and what a way to celebrate yesterday. I thought yesterday was one of the strongest episodes of Dynamite we've ever done.
It was really
and to have a show that was stacked so top to bottom, I thought Swerve and Hangman tore the house down. Tony Storm and Red Velvet was excellent. And we're really building towards an awesome Revolution show. I think Tony Storm versus Deonna Purrazzo, really excited for that. Swerve versus Hangman versus Samoa Joe, 3-way. And of course to have Sting and Darby Allin win the tag team titles, knowing that Revolution is going to be Sting's final encounter. It's so incredible, and when we launched AEW 5 years ago, who would have ever thought Sting would come back to wrestling, let alone be a huge part of AEW, and now he's about to conclude a 3-year run with AEW, and in this 3 years, he's gone undefeated. Sting and Darby Allin are the World Tag Team Champions, and I'm so excited for Revolution.
Actually, I forgot to unzip my shirt. The first one, Las Vegas.
Wow, thanks. That's great.
I was at the show. Oh, great. Yeah, 5 years. It's been crazy.
It has, and here we are. We're coming up on the 5-year anniversary of the original Double or Nothing this year. That's very cool. I love being out here in Vegas. And I'm very excited for AEW Collision to make its debut out here. We've got the first ever AEW Collision around Las Vegas. Henderson Dollar Loan Center on Saturday, the weekend of the Super Bowl. Very cool to be out here with AEW this week.
Are we going to continue the 5-year celebration this Saturday as well? We're going to continue that?
Yeah, absolutely. We got to keep it going. We have a hot card. I'm so excited to bring great matches to Las Vegas and bring international pro wrestling stars. We have Tomohiro Ishii coming to challenge for the international title against Orange Cassidy, who I think is around here somewhere with the belt. Nice. So look around for the international champion. He's got a big weekend ahead, and very excited about the show coming out here to Las Vegas. It's the first time we've done Collision out here, and a lot's changed since we launched AEW 5 years ago.
You're kind of a guy with tradition in wrestling, and not all the time, but sometimes you go to markets around the same time period. So just recently you were in New Orleans. Next year the Super Bowl's in New Orleans. Or is this going to be a tradition of the week of or night before?
I would really like that, yeah. I think we've got something really special here, so I do think that's a great thing for us. And year in, year out, we know that the Super Bowl brings in the most vast array of fans and certainly is the biggest event in the world. I'm on the NFL Fan Engagement and Major Event Committee, so I can tell you with assurance that this is the biggest live event of all time in the history of the world. What's happening out here, Super Bowl in Las Vegas. This is our biggest Super Bowl ever, and what the NFL has been able to do out here, it's amazing, and the support from the Las Vegas community has been great. So I thought it would make a lot of sense to bring AEW here for a Saturday show. And yeah, I think doing the Saturday Collision the night before the Super Bowl makes a lot of sense, and we'll always be on the road to Revolution. Seems like AEW always heats up on the road to Revolution.
It does always seem. Revolution's coming up, like you said, Sting's last match. How's it been? It's like the whole Sting era here. He's the icon. He's literally, and WCW, he was the face of WCW. And coming out, AEW, that presence, like when he's backstage, what's the presence that the guys feel, and like what are some, even from yourself, like how does he help you with certain decision making and talking with you?
Well, it's a great question. Sting is a great leader in the locker room. He's a brilliant mind. I love having Sting come in, brainstorm with us, and also working with Sting. He's one of the most selfless people, and I find that I have to push him sometimes and have to remind him, you're Sting. Like, it's all about you. And so I do feel that this run of Sting being undefeated and what he's done here in AEW, it's very special, and I'm sad that it's coming to an end. I'm very sad that Sting will be retiring, but it's remarkable that Sting is out there over 60 years old, and
the bumps he takes, like
he's one of the craziest. Sting is doing more crazy things in his 60s than he's ever done before. Sting in AEW is this extreme version of Sting. He has gone from being the franchise, the icon, to a hardcore icon. And some of my favorite Sting matches of his entire career, and I say this just as a wrestling fan, not only as the owner of AEW, I honestly mean this from the bottom of my heart. I think some of the best Sting matches he's ever had have been in AEW. And that's one of the greatest careers of all time. And when you see Sting today, he's so happy, and the locker room has so much respect for him, and we're so happy to be able to give him this great send-off, and I'm very excited about Sting and Darby Allin as the World Tag Team Champions now.
And it's good to see Sting have gold in AEW. He gets to put it on. He didn't want any singles matches, right? Sting only wanted to do tag.
I introduced Sting to Darby, and they found this chemistry. They became almost like brothers, and or almost like family. And they're so different. They have so many things that bond them, and they actually have so many things in common, and it's one of the most amazing things. I've been very fortunate to put some teams together in wrestling, people that hadn't worked together, and then they bonded and became like family. And Sting and Darby is one of the best examples of that. He was the perfect partner for Sting at the perfect time, and everything they've done since has been, I think, some of the greatest moments ever in AEW.
So yesterday you teased a big announcement. So, you've done similar stuff in the past, and out in Boston, March 13th. March 13th. Wednesday, March 13th. Are we going to expect a pay-per-view like show?
Well, I expect a major event, and I don't want to say too much or ruin big business, but AEW Big Business coming to Boston March 13th. I'm very excited about that.
Yeah, that's good. That's going to be a very fun show. And then one last question I want to ask you. Adam Copeland, not most recent, but a very big signing that happened recently. It happened so quick from his transition from his previous company to where he's at now. And what has it been like working with such a... I'm from Toronto, by the way. So to see like a legend like that come into the locker room and still in such great shape and still such a very good wrestler at his age, how does it feel to get him on a regular schedule now as something like he really wanted to do?
It's so incredible, and I'm so happy to have Adam Copeland in AEW. Adam Copeland is the model of what you want from a star wrestler. He's a great leader in the locker room. He brings everyone up, and he sets a great example for everyone, and he's still wrestling at such a high level. Adam Copeland is one of the top-ranked wrestlers in AEW in 2024. It's amazing to have the rated R superstar in AEW, and you being from Toronto, you may be biased, but honestly, I think it's an opinion people share all over the world that Adam Copeland is one of the greatest of all time.
Amazing.
And what long history he has, a friendship, almost like a brotherhood, and now I think one of the greatest rivalries in wrestling has become Adam Copeland versus Christian Cage, the TNT champion, and very excited about that. And we're hearing from Adam Copeland. He'll be there at Collision Live this weekend, so I'm really excited to have Adam Copeland coming to Vegas too.
It's going to be very fun this Saturday, Collision, and looking forward to that, and Revolution, Sting's last match. It's going to be great.
Me too. I can't wait for that. Revolution, Sting's final encounter, March 3rd on pay-per-view. It's going to be one of the biggest events, maybe the biggest event in the history of AEW on pay-per-view, certainly one of our biggest live events of all time, and it will be our biggest pay-per-view crowd ever in AEW. I can't wait for Sting's final encounter at AEW Revolution.
Tony, it's been a pleasure.
Me too. Thanks, Mike. Great to meet you.
You too.
Thanks, man.